Hello everyone, and welcome back to Warframe Builds. Now today we're going to be looking at the Braton Prime. Now my builds do not consist of frick off Ortis.
Cut down the...
And make the Lotus proud.
Shut up! Thank you. Piss with your little digital arts again later. Anyway, this is a crit and status based weapon. 10 on the crit, 20% on the status. Mainly status, but I like to build it as much as I can for crit and then status, simply because from my experience, critical seems to does more damage when it procs than a status does. In my experience. Okay, but a good build always has both, and that's precisely what I've done. Now, my builds, again, like all the others, do not consist of ribbons, as they are way too random. Okay, I always do builds on the strongest variant of its gun, of the gun type. In this case, a Braton Prime. Now, there is a Braton Vandal. However, a Braton Vandal was a open beta gun. There has been quite a bit of talk as of late to bring it back, as well as the Lotto Vandal, but the Braton Vandal, and its stats aren't much lower than the Braton Prime, but at the very least, besides it looking very cool, the Braton Prime is mastery fodder, and from what I've seen in its comparison, the Braton Prime is stronger. So Braton Prime is still the strongest variant. Now, another thing is that I was
New alert marked on navigation, Tenno.
Yes, thank you. Don't really give two shites in a piss. Okay, so as for elementals damage, I was told that some of the reasons why the guns in the past weren't doing so good on some factions as well as to the others because of the element type. Some factions are more affected by some elements rather than others. Corpus, they do not like ice, they do not like blast. That's just a good example. I do realize this is why I was saying you can switch out an element, like say this one, it's a Nightmare Elemental mod. Depending on the faction you're going to, you can switch this out for like Rime rounds, which is the ice version, Thermite rounds, which is the fire version, or even Voltic rounds, I believe it's called. High voltage, okay? That's what this is. Okay, you can always change them out. Alright? Now, beginning with the build, this is a 6 Forma build. Braton Prime was one of the first Prime guns to come out that was not Founders, and in the assault rifle class is one of its best. Is one of the best in the assault rifle. But unfortunately takes quite a bit of work to actually make it actually kick ass. It's a pain in the ass to do so, but definitely worth it if you are a good old-fashioned assault rifle fan. Serration, you'll get this pretty early in the game, definitely before you hit some of the later planets. Mandatory. Heavy caliber, a Delirict loot, a Delirict Vault mod. You have to go vault hunting for it. Corrupted mod, mandatory. And then there is Split Chamber. Multi-shot increases the damage output, but not the damage base itself. But it does up the status chance, as well as the damage output itself. Which is strange because it doesn't up the critical chance or critical multiplier, despite it like upping the status chance. This is weird. I don't put much thought into it. Again, mandatory. Normal mod, you'll find it just about anywhere. Primed cryo rounds, and like I've said in the past, any primed mod you have obtained that I have in my builds, okay, primed mods are always what the goal is for these because they are stronger. But if you do not have one, the normal variant will work just as well. Primed mods can be obtained from Borrow Key tier that comes every 2 weeks. He arrives early Friday morning, leaves early Saturday or Sunday morning, excuse me, and requires ducats, which is earned by smelting down prime parts that you do not want or need, and using credits well, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to use both ducats and credits at the same time. Fanged Fusillade, which is a 120 slash mod, part of the slash set. There's one for the shotguns, melee, and secondaries. This set I know you get from the slash set. I do know you get from Borrow Key Tier. Okay, again, just like Prime mod, Borrow Key Tier, and you need ducats and credits to get. Vital Sense, critical damage, you get it really early in the game. Malignant Force, which is an elemental nightmare mod, you get it from Nightmare Missions. Once you become strong enough, or have a buddy of yours that's strong enough to carry you through it, you can grab this. This is a good chance to do it. Another good way to get these is go into Mot Void, M-O-T Void, which is the hardest mission in the Void area, and you have a chance within the first 5 minutes of being in the survival of Void Vor appearing. Murder him in the ass, and you will have a chance of him dropping, particularly this mod. He drops all the other 3 elemental status weapon, or status chance mods, but he likes to drop this one the most. Point Strike, bronze mod, really early in the game, easily gotten. Okay. One other thing, aside from always doing the strongest variants and not doing Riven mods as to their randomness is helter skelter all over Hell's Half Creation, I do builds on Warframe Builder. This is the reason why I'm able to create some of the strongest builds there are for each and every gun, Warframe, Companion, anything, is because I use its ratios to tell me what composition is best. Okay, they are a bit exaggerated versus what's actually in the game, but it still is about the same thing. Same principle, different ratios. Okay, you get it. Alright, so this we're going to go test out. Actually, let me change my frame here. Let's go test this puppy out. Braton Prime, buddy, old friend, old pal, let's go do this. Now, as always, we will begin with the Arid Butcher. 1. Let's have the level up to 50, because I've actually tested this gun out in missions before as I was leveling it. It does pretty good. Alright. One shot annihilates it, and it wasn't even a crit. Beautiful. Alright, give me a second here while I attempt to fix my mouse. It likes to fly all over Hell's Half Creation. Where is he? There you are. So 3 non-criticals will take it. So let's actually take down an eximus of this level. Okay, so the clip is 75, so it took a little over 10 bullets to bring down a Arid Butcher Eximus at level 20. Now again, these are not 110% accurate because the elements are slightly different per se, but I am aware of them, of the elements versus certain factions. Okay, so, but despite that, it is still strong enough to be within a 5-level vicinity. So it takes almost 2/3 of an entire clip to bring down a level 100 heavy gunner. Let's try a heavy gunner Eximus. Let's see how this does. Break the shield. Full clip into the head. Okay, so about the same thing. Once you break its shield, an entire clip for a level 100 eximus heavy gunner. Okay, let's try an ancient healer eximus at level 100. Okay, so it takes maybe about half a clip. Half a clip at level 100. Let's try a corpus. There we go. So it takes almost a full clip for the shield and everything of a level 100 Corpus Tech Eximus. Okay, so we're doing good. Let's actually try a level 100. 150. There's all that. Okay, that works. Alrighty, so this is the Braton Prime. It does really well. I have viral on it right now with the build going on it. It seems to be able to clear 150 normal Eximuses like the Butchers, the Lancers. Heavy Gunners seem to be its range of a 100 to 120, all headshot to the Eximuses of them. Corpus Tech seems to be able to clear out pretty easily once you break their shield and everything. And let's see here, Ancients doesn't seem to have very many problems with them. Again, maybe 130s. So this gun is very good with the build I have on it right now. It is easily late game. It will definitely carry big clip, very good ammo conservation. It doesn't blow ammo out of its ass. Its reserves are pretty decent, and aim is excellent, range is excellent, and damage potential iffy. But once you get it going and get the build on it and put the time and work into it, it turns out to be a very, very reliable gun. So, yes, after you put some work into it, I do recommend Braton Prime. So, anyway, thank you everybody for watching, and as always, I will see all of you in the next one. See ya.